May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and the American Academy of Pediatrics is sounding the alarm, declaring a post-pandemic national state of emergency in children's mental health. Jason Doyle spoke with an expert about a new national campaign called Sound It Out Together that's designed to help parents cope with a child who is struggling.
Tell me why it's important right now, more than ever, for our parents to engage our kids in their mental health.
What we're seeing is really an increase in anxiety and depression, and also tragically suicide. And so the idea of why this is important and why we have the Sound It Out campaign is to emphasize why we need to do this, but also to teach parents and caregivers how to do this well. I think we often kind of dread having those conversations with our children and we get the one word response, right? And so it's really about how to dive in and lean into those conversations with a tool that's been vetted by professionals and help really guide to start those conversations. It's going to help your child be able to identify and express their different emotions. You want your children to be able to come to you when they're having a problem, whether it's a small one or a big one. We don't want them relying on their friends or the internet, because we know that those aren't necessarily often the most trusted resources, right?
It sounds like a big ask for parents. Does the Sound It Out campaign have some tools that parents can use to be able to breach these topics with their children?
I am also a mom. I'm a mom of a middle schooler. And so these have been actually helpful for me too. And so there are these guides which help you kind of navigate different emotions, and then there are questions, there are prompts, there are activities that you can do. They're really well designed. There's also a music component where you can create music together. There's an album where you can listen to as you engage in these activities. And they're really modeled on conversations with middle schoolers and musicians. And I think it's powerful. I love it's creative. It kind of allows you to kind of come at these sometimes difficult conversations with a new, maybe cooler way to do it than kind of outrightly asking, well, what are you feeling today, right?
Is it also important for parents to realize that their children may not have the emotional vocabulary to express what's stressing them out, giving them anxiety and these strange feelings that may lead to suicide?
You know, the mad, sad, angry, those are kind of the ones we typically know about. But disappointment, shame, like we want to be able to give them a range of vocabulary. And so the tools are really geared to tap into a range of emotions and topics with your children. One of the things as you bring up around suicide is that as parents, we often may want to avoid that topic because, you know, I often hear a lot, well, if we talk about suicide, we're going to plant the idea in their head. And as a mental health professional, and there's no research that supports that.
Are there certain warning signs that parents could look for to make sure that if their child is kind of pulling back a little bit or something? Is there a change of personality that they might be able to note or something like that?
Yeah, you know, it's really important. You know, I think major changes in their mood, their behavior, their decision making. Maybe you're noticing they're sleeping more than usual, or changes in their eating. They're withdrawing from their friends. They're quitting activities that they used to enjoy. Those are some big warning signs. But you want to see, is that happening over time? Is this consistent irritability that doesn't seem to go away, or just pulling away that depression or anxiety? So you want to see if this is happening over a period of time. And I always tell parents, like, it's okay to check in with your pediatrician, to see a therapist. It's better to be safe than to be sorry.
Where can parents find out more about the Sound It Out campaign?
Yeah, definitely visit the website sounditouttogether.org. Again, there are lots of really great tools, conversation starters, prompts that you can do. There's a music, lyrics, and that you can create together. And so again, just a wealth of information that can help you navigate these really, really beautiful time in your child's life. And again, if you have any concern, act on it. Don't minimize it. Just act on it. Reach out to someone in your network. Definitely talk to your pediatrician for sure. The worst thing you can do as a parent is to shut down that conversation because you disagree with it, or minimize their feelings or their emotions. And so the task for us as parents is to be able to be open, to listen with curiosity and without judgment.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you spending time with us this morning.
Thank you for having me, Jason. It was wonderful.
Very good. Thank you very much. Now, just to put all of that into a statistical perspective, check out these numbers from the American Psychiatric Association. 53% of adults with children under the age of 18 are concerned about the mental health of their children. Almost half say the pandemic has caused mental problems for their kids, and 19% say those problems are major problems. Finally, 26% of those adults surveyed have sought professional help for their children because of the pandemic.